Welcome to the Full Life Crew podcast.
Hey, welcome to the podcast. This is Jareth.
And I'm Deborah.
And we're the Full Life Crew. And today we are on our podcast, Just Stuff. We have a couple podcasts. We've got some on parenting, some on motivation for kids. We've done several podcasts, but this one we thought would be more fun if you just got to experience some of the conversations we have as a couple that's been married for 24 years and we have 8 children. There's always an event or something happening, and so we figured we'd share that. Our goal today is to edutain you. That's right, edutain you. Maybe you pick up a little education, maybe you pick up a little entertainment.
Yeah, you're going to like this one because everybody that has kids, this happens at the beginning of school.
Yeah, before we jump on that, though, and we talk about our topic today, if you like what we're doing and you want to support this effort and you like this podcast, go to fulllifecrew.com/save. And for you, there is a benefit, and the benefit is saving cash.
Yes.
And in today's economy, you need to save cash.
Yes, we have several coupons, and if you go there, you can find them. Especially if you get gas, there's especially one for you there. We've saved lots of money with it, so go check it out.
Yeah, you're talking about the Upside app, right?
Yeah.
You okay today? You having a good morning?
I am.
Did you get all your coffee in?
I'm having a great morning, actually.
I don't know. Something feels off today. I don't know what it is.
I don't know either, honey.
I don't know. You know what it is?
What?
I gave you 5 bullet points, and you can't take your eyes off the paper. And
Actually, I haven't looked at the paper again.
How about this? Give me the paper. I'll control the bullet points. Because
Perfect.
One of the reasons for this podcast is because our conversations are enjoyable.
Yes, but you gave me a sheet of paper.
And when I give you bullet points, you just want to run. You remind me of like going to the grocery store or shopping. You just got to get through the list. So we have.
Hey, so sometimes when like 8 kids, like you got to be on point, and I was on point trying to do these, but it doesn't work for me.
So let's just to give an update of what's going on in our life. We are back in school. Kids are back in sports. There's fundraisers happening. We got to get the tiki truck to the events. We're creating our content for our social media. And what else? What did I miss?
I think we're kind of getting back in the groove of it. This is second week of school. So, but second week of school always leads to something.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the thing that every parent dreads at the beginning of the school year. And most parents maybe don't vocalize it, but you know it's coming.
You know it's going to happen.
Where we live, there's hurricanes. And, you know, like when the hurricane's coming, you know it's coming. You go outside and the weather looks nice.
And then it hits.
But you know it's coming. You know it's going to happen. And when it happens, it's bad. And then for us, when this happens to us with a family of 10 people.
It's not just one.
No, it's worse.
It's a trickle effect.
But I would, well, we'll talk about what we're talking about because we haven't actually said what we're going to talk about.
That's right.
So the topic we're talking about today is why do kids get sick when they go back to school? What do you think that is?
I think it is because they haven't been around all the other kids all summer. And so it's like you go back to school and there's new germs. And the new germ says, ooh, there's a new kid. And it runs over and attacks.
So are kids like walking Petri dishes?
I think so. And then they touch everything. And then they touch their hands on their face. And then they're like, lunchtime, ooh, can you share? Give me that. So it's like between touching everything, sharing at lunch, and back to sports where there's lots of, usually it's physical activity. So you're close to other kids and you get sick.
Did you ever get sick in school, like throw up in school?
I don't ever remember throwing up at school.
Yeah. Did you ever have a friend throw up? Did any of our kids throw up at school?
Actually, yes, we've had kids actually throw up at school.
Oh, yeah? Which ones?
I can't remember, but I remember somebody did.
Like in the classroom?
No, they made it to the bathroom.
Oh, okay. I have this crazy story.
Did you throw up in class?
Me? I've never thrown up in school, no.
No.
Actually, that reminds me. I have 2 cool stories. Okay, so the first one is I had this friend. We were in the 5th grade. And in the 5th grade, when we were young, the WWE was all the rave.
Wrestling. Okay.
So we all had our lunch boxes. Like I had like the Hulk Hogan. One guy had the Macho Man, Randy Savage. So we all had our little, WWE Superstar lunch boxes. And we're sitting there eating lunch. And I had this one friend. He had like a consistent sinus problem all the time. And he loved Cheetos. He loved Cheetos.
Okay.
And this particular week, he was really suffering with the sinus. He was really stuffed up. Like he was coughing and sneezing and couldn't breathe. And even when he talked to you, he talked funny because he couldn't breathe through his nose. His sinus cavities were completely filled.
And this is elementary, middle?
This is 5th grade.
5th grade. Okay.
5th or 4th grade.
Okay.
I don't remember. And so we're sitting at the lunch table, and all of a sudden, he sneezed, and at the same time kind of threw up.
Oh.
And so out of his nose and his mouth came this giant glob of goo. But because he was eating Cheetos, it was orange. So there were, and that's not, it didn't leave him and end up on the table.
It just hung?
It hung and it connected him to the table. It looked like something out of a scary movie. Like it looked like the alien was leaving his body.
Did y'all all fly away from the table?
All you heard was the chairs going, and kids running and screaming. I felt bad because it was gross. It was disgusting, super embarrassing for him, and we're just running away like a bunch of morons.
Now y'all have isolated this kid with alien stuff coming out of his nose.
But he had the coolest reaction. He actually started laughing. But the way he's laughing, he's still connected to the table in this orange tower of goo. And he's laughing.
That's gross.
That was really gross. That was probably, I will never forget that.
So did you get sick after that?
No.
No, good.
I didn't. No, you mean no.
Yeah, did you get all stuffy and stuff?
No. You don't have any crazy stories like that? Because you went to a different school. We didn't go to the same school.
I don't remember, stories like that. So I guess I didn't ever have any crazy.
Maybe you should write it down on some bullet points.
Maybe I should.
I do have one other crazy story.
Okay.
About me.
Okay.
So we were at a basketball tournament. And we had stopped at a Burger King in New Orleans. And when we walked into the Burger King, everything about you told you, maybe I shouldn't eat here.
Turn around?
It was dirty. It was run by people that didn't want to be there.
Okay, yeah.
But we had to eat, because we had games coming up. So we ate, and we went to the gym. Well, it wasn't but 15 minutes after I ate, I started feeling really queasy.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So we go sit in the gym, and I'm sitting there, and I'm about 4 rows up, and man, I'm feeling really, really, really queasy. And just all of a sudden, I couldn't help it. I projectile vomited.
In the stands?
3 rows down in the stands.
Did all your teammates get curl on them?
I don't remember everybody that was next to me, but I remember people running for their lives. And what's crazy is, so we're at a basketball tournament, so I throw up everywhere. My mom has to clean it up.
Oh,
that's horrible. And my dad is thoroughly embarrassed, oh my gosh, how can my kid throw up like this all over people in public? So anyway, then I'm sick, but we have this basketball tournament. So instead of taking me home, Dad's like, we got to play a tournament. I'm like, I can't play. Apparently I got food poisoning.
Yeah.
So he takes me outside the gym, and there's a tree. He says, sit here under this tree.
He stuck you outside under a tree.
He put me outside under a tree for 4 hours. I was just sitting there like totally sick. Apparently I got food poisoning.
Did you throw up again?
Oh, I threw up
Oh, gosh.
at least 5 or 6 times. And then every now and then my mom would come to check on me. And then the question was at the end of the tournament was like, "You're not going to throw up in my car, are you?" No. I don't have nothing left to throw up.
Oh, my God. That is just terrible. That's middle school?
I think I was in middle school. Yeah,
Middle school?
maybe 8th grade, something like that.
No, I don't remember any crazy stuff. The only one I remember was when I started college. The only thing I remember was when I started college and I got sick and I just left class. Like I just got up and left. And that's when like you go from high school where you can't leave class and you had to tell the teacher and everything. And so I was so worried because I just got up and I flew out and I drove home. When I got home, I was sick. But that's the only time I never actually got sick in school.
Yeah. Well, those are my only school-related sick story. I mean, I've gotten sick in school, but never like my buddy or what happened to me at the gym. But I did find this online, and I thought this was interesting. And it says here, it seems every year young children head off to school after summer and quickly get sick. I mean, and that's basically what's happened. Like right now, our neighbor's sick.
Yeah.
And then James was feeling queasy. And the car line this morning was really short, so that tells me that
there's a bunch of kids sick.
Kids out today. It's almost like the school should start the school week, like go 2 days, then take a day off, and then go 2 more days, take a day off, and go every 2 days for the first 2 weeks. And that way the kids have a day to miss if they're sick.
Yeah. And it seems that they're starting school earlier every year anyway, so there's got to be sick days in there.
This says there's 3 medical reasons why kids get sick when they go back to school. Number 1 is school is a hub of cross-contamination.
Ah, exactly what I said.
I mean, I know they try, but there's no way, what does a school normally have, like 2 or 3 janitors or 4 janitors?
Yeah, usually depends on how big the school is, but yeah, around here it's like a couple janitors and that's it.
And the kids don't clean anything, and they don't wash their hands, and they don't have any sense of space, personal space. So it's just a hub. It's just schools of teachers, like if there was another pandemic and everybody was starting to die, I bet you teachers would live.
Because they have so much immunity. Yeah, they do. They touch everything. They touch desks, they touch walls, they touch floors, and then they touch their face.
And there's nothing you can do about it. You can tell them, don't touch that, don't touch this, and they go touch it even more.
Yep.
Why are they like that?
I don't know. Then they eat lunch with all them germs on their hands, so then their lunch is on their hands, and then it's going to their mouth.
You imagine, like, the kid right before you, like, let's say you have the lunch next, and the kid right before you lays a big sneeze. And
like your friend did?
Yeah, well, not that bad, but just a big sneeze full of, a new virus.
Yeah.
And then you come plop your sandwich down in the sneeze juice.
Yeah. Ugh.
But that could happen anywhere, not just at school.
It's more prominent when school starts because there's so many kids there.
And then here it says kids are still developing their immune system. I think for our kids though, our kids don't get as sick as some other kids that we know. Like our neighbors over there, their 2 boys are sick a lot. And then here lately, our neighbor behind us, Cruz, he's been sick. Like he can't beat it. He gets sick and then he gets better, then he gets sick.
Yeah. I think maybe because there's so many of us in this house that we just pass along whatever we have, and so our immunity systems are a little bit higher than. Yeah,
we're like a small school here. We're like a small Peachtree dish here. Please note, if you come to my house, make sure you wash your hands. And then school happens during the peak of cold season. So, I think that I saw this deal one time that says that when you go outside in the sun, your body produces vitamin D. And then the vitamin D is used to help make your T cells, your white blood cells, right?
Okay.
I mean, you had the medical background on it.
I would have to double check that.
Well, anyway.
I don't want to confirm that and be wrong.
Basically, the way they described it is your body makes X amount of T cells, or these white blood cells. And then when you get a virus, it goes and attacks the virus, and those cells die.
Yes.
And the only way you get new ones is you have to have more vitamin D. So sunlight, fish, you have to eat or get vitamin D to make, for your body to make. So in the wintertime, obviously the sun's not out. People aren't outside as much because it's cold. So you get more prone to being sick because you don't have as much vitamin D in your system. And so one good way to help your kids is to give them a vitamin D supplement or cook more fish in the winter so they can have more vitamin D in their system.
That is true. Because if you think about it, during the winter, you are inside more.
Yeah. Well, look right here. It says maintain a healthy diet. Fruits and vegetables will boost your immune system during the cold season. Specifically, foods rich in vitamins like citrus, bell pepper, and broccoli, and all those have vitamin D. Beyond traditional vitamins for immune support, it's important that kids get enough protein to assist their body's growth. I think that has a lot to do with it. They don't eat good.
Yeah.
They don't eat good. So if they're very active, their body's basically attacking themselves.
So a lot of fish, a lot of chicken, green vegetables.
We don't eat a lot of green vegetables here.
We don't. We should. I will do green beans, and we've had broccoli, but we should really up our greens.
Get enough sleep is another way. That's what we talked about the other day, setting bedtimes.
Mm-hmm. I think we've done well with the bedtime so far, which has probably helped, definitely keep them from all of them from getting sick so far.
And then the third one is stay home when you get sick. Now, I have a problem with this one. I mean, if you're feeling bad, when is a parent qualified enough to understand if the kid's just feeling bad or if the kid is actually sick where they're contagious and gonna spread some germs or whatever?
I think if they're running fever, then they're sick enough that you should probably keep them home. If they're throwing up, it's a definite stay home.
Obviously.
But if they have a little sniffle or they're just little body aches, then no. I think they should get up, get moving, and head out the door.
And then how many kids take advantage of, I'm sick, to try to not go to school?
That is true. That is true. Probably a lot.
Yeah. Then the other problem I have with this is when you stay at home, your kids can only miss so many days of school.
Yes, there's a limit.
And if your kid is sick, let's say, okay, so here's the deal. Let's say your kid's running at 100-degree fever.
Mm-hmm.
And they're sick, but they're not sick. We're not going to bring that kid to the doctor.
And now they require a doctor excuse.
Yeah.
So you're excused for the day you were sick.
But if we run to the doctor every time one of our kids gets sick, they're going to be on all kind of medication and all kind of stuff, and that stuff eventually destroys your immune system.
We would be at the doctor a whole lot.
Yeah.
I don't feel good. So yes, our kids get sick when school starts back. I'm sure your kids get sick when school starts back. So I guess the main thing is to do things to help them get back into school and stay healthy, which would be things like getting good sleep, getting a good protein, good diet. If they don't, maybe a vitamin every day.
Oh, the Flintstones.
The Flintstone
vitamins. Do people still use those?
I don't know if you can even buy those anymore. But we'd have to check.
Do you give our kids vitamins?
I do not give our kids vitamins. I give them a lot of chicken.
A lot of chicken?
A lot of protein. But no, I do not give my kids vitamins.
Should we get them vitamins?
It might help. Maybe we should look into that one. A 1-a-day Flintstone.
A 1-a-day Flintstone. Take your Flintstone.
Do you take vitamins?
Well, I take supplements.
So yeah. So maybe a vitamin would help them. Maybe it would ward off any little sniffles.
I don't know. When I take some vitamins, all it does is change my pee.
They might think that was cool.
They might think that's cool. Well, you ever notice that you take vitamins and your pee's like a
bright yellow?
Yeah. So are the vitamins working, or are you just peeing the vitamins out?
Ah, that's true.
Well, today James wasn't feeling too good, but we sent him to school anyway.
Yes. Yeah. He wasn't running fever.
Yeah. But we sent him to school.
We did send him
But I did tell him, I'm like, hey, look, if you're not feeling good, call us. Let us know. We'll come pick you up. But anyway, that is, every parent dreads it. It happens all the time. You go back to school and boom, your kid comes home with something, and then guess who else gets it?
Us,
We get it.
the parents.
Then you're sick, taking care of sick kids, doing your work, cleaning your house, doing all the stuff you got to do as a parent, transporting them everywhere. And every parent just dreads this time of year. Like they're excited, but usually after the first week, you know what's coming in week 2. And that is the first week of school, illnesses and all that stuff. When you pull them all back together and it's just this cesspool of viruses and germs and gross stuff. And then they bring it home to you.
Here's a present, Mom.
Like they bring home their artwork and then they bring home, oh, here's coronavirus. Oh, here's the flu. Take this, Mom. Enjoy it. Well, anyway, we hope you enjoyed listening to our podcast today. Make sure you check out the next ones, like and subscribe. And just remember, while you're out there dealing with your sick kids,
Life's a journey.
enjoy the ride.